Yo, nephew, hand me that Barstool. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner, 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner, 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. Fresh and clean.
Welcome to 21st and Prime. Jamie Dukes, my man Rone. We are ready to get down. I cannot wait to just articulate this show. I'm excited. I feel like I got a little Heineken 0.0 in me, and I'm talking about the 0.0 part of the Heineken in me. You know, the zero alcohol, 69 calories, and I absolutely love it, guys.
Coach, you high on life? Is that what you say? That 0%?
I stay high on life.
Look at that, Ron.
Yeah, it's incredible. They actually brought the Heineken 0.0s into the office now. They got them right over there. You could have one at lunch if you want with your little sandwich. Heineken 0.0 pairs up perfectly, and then you go back to work and you're not all loopy like it's Mad Men or something like that, and you're getting drunk on your lunch break. No, zero alcohol, 69 calories, Heineken 0.0.
Before we talk about Drake, Coach, speaking of the office, I'm telling you right now, they ought to write a book about the best office environment in America. And Barstool should write a book and let people see what a cool, funky, feng shui, and they will get in your butt too where necessary. But it's a great working environment.
Oh yeah, it's a wild working environment. So crazy. I'll even illustrate it like this. This past weekend, there was a Barstool party it was basically the Indianapolis 500 party.
Unbelievable.
You saw that footage of the party?
Unbelievable.
Woo! I think ladies got in for free, which is the Barstool. I mean, the backbone of Barstool was having these parties, these blackout parties that were incredible. When I was in college, getting out of college, these parties were the thing. And then, several years later, Barstool still has the ability to party, which is a lot driven by Dave. But the fact that they're opening up gambling in Indianapolis and people can download that Barstool Sportsbook app, it's a fantastic reason to throw a party. But there were some pictures that came out of that party. And one of them was of a guy that works at Barstool named Gaz. Now, Gaz is employee number one pretty much. He's been with Dave forever. But he's been with Dave at the tables. He's been with Dave when Dave's talking to girls. And Gaz is almost notorious for picking up whatever's left around. If Dave leaves a little snack
What do you mean, like food? You mean like food?
I mean snacks, not food, but he enjoys a nice snack, and he'll pick up a young lady. He'll pick up a grown woman. And Gaz has been doing this since Barstool has started. He's been around for quite some time, and I think he's become a millionaire off Barstool, but he's still there at Dave's table, and he's still going to be there getting photographed like at this Barstool party talking to girls. But my question is this.
Wait. So I'm detecting that you might have a problem with dude's game.
I don't have a problem.
No, it sounds like you got a problem with dude getting the scraps. I'm just asking.
I don't have a problem with it, but I am asking the question: how is that a game that you could play forever?
It's a game that has longevity. I've seen guys make a career out of it, and a very lucrative career. I've had a teammate. I'm not going to tell you which sport because you'll narrow it down because you guys are really intelligent. But I had a teammate when we went out together. He would survey the land and he would look amongst everybody and see the honey floating over to the bee. And he would go over and he'd say, look, it ain't going down unless you go over and get your girlfriend for me. It ain't going down. And I'd be darned. They went over, got the girlfriend for him, and it went down.
What went down, Coach? Because I remember you saying, remember, Ron, check this video right here. This is the Must Be the Money video with Dion.
They talked, they got acquainted, they got to know one another, and That's what I mean by
what about you though? But remember, he was getting because it was you.
I've always been very particular, very choosy, very reluctant, very standoffish. But I like company.
So you entertain.
Back in those days. Excuse me.
Back in those days, right? So conversation, you would entertain.
I love it. So it has been going on for quite some time, Ron.
I think it comes down to this. I think that it's all about whatever you can stomach. So if you don't care that people know, and if you can be honest with yourself that that's what's going on, then you should do whatever the hell you want to do. The last thing you should be concerned with is what other people think about you. And the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm not going to hate on him for however he's doing what he's doing and however he's working out what he's working out, because he has to live with it. If he feels like,
but what is he living with? He got. I think he got a nice little game going. Because think about it. No, okay. Let me just take it this way. Okay, so if Prime was going to be in the house, you got to look at it this way. If Prime was going to be in the house, that means the level of things was going to be at a prime level. Well, obviously they knew they couldn't get in, but if it's the level is being, and when they come in the house because of reputation, it's on and popping. So only the best of the best. So now he gets to get the scraps of the best of the best. That's a brilliant mind. Great strategy.
But so this is what he has to live with. That they didn't come for him. That's not the person that they went there with the goal of. It's a consolation.
I'm not 100% sold on that, Rome, because you got to understand when it comes to men, just you know who we are. Okay, we have a Batman and we have a Robin. I don't know if Robin knew he was Robin because Robin was always tight with Batman. Rome, this is maybe before your time, but we have a Lone Ranger and we had Tonto. Tonto knew his role. He was Tonto. The Lone Ranger was the Lone Ranger. You got Jordan and you got Pippin, just to give you your analogies that you may understand and comprehend in your time era. It is what it is. I really do feel like when it comes to the girls, you may have I don't see what came to my mind would probably have been confrontational to one of the girls, and I didn't want to use that because what I was going to imply is that you had this level and then you had her girlfriend. And her girlfriend wasn't on her level, but her girlfriend came because she knew she wasn't on her level, but she would get the guy that's on the next level. And they have the same game going on as well, Ron. So you got to consider that as well.
So we're talking about a get in where you fit in situation.
Yeah, but you have to always think about it. At Barstools, think about it. You'll never be Dave at Barstool. Ever. There'll never be anybody but one Dave, and that's cool. Dave got his game, but if you got your own game, I ain't never had to worry about Prime's game because Prime know I got game. Because everybody has their own thing. There's only one Jordan. There's only one Joe Montana. There's only one of them. However, but if you got game, you got game. I don't have to be the headliner now, and I know you don't have to be the headliner too, because you're gonna go get in where you fit in. You're gonna get yours.
Do you remember Gilligan Island?
Of course.
Okay, like to some people, Ginger was it. Okay, to some people, might have been Mary Ann. To somebody like me, it was Mrs. Howell because she had the money. Okay, that's just the way I thought. She's mad at Thurston. All right, no stats. Miss Howell just wired us into my account. We good.
Genius.
I'm gonna call Pookie to knock off Thurston. No, he had happy, so I'm
not a killer. I'm a lover. I'm not a killer. But
Pookie's killer. Yeah.
I've
been around enough people around you, Coach,
to understand that everything is everything. So I'm not mad at his role. I'm not at whatsoever because those other girls, they're playing their roles as well.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at him, man. Matter of fact, I'm darn right proud of him.
I just hope
that he has.
Really,
I hope one day that he has a party though where he has people who are trying to get his leftovers. That's what I hope for him.
That's called his birthday.
Yeah.
That's what that's called. His birthday party.
Think about it. Wait a minute. Think about it. The parties that he throws because he's Dave's boy. You know, he and Dave, they were there. We found this thing together. Dave got all the money, but we found this together. That's his game. So when he throws a party now, because Dave's boys throwing a party, Dave might show up.
That's true. I just hope that someday that he finds his Beyonce. And speaking of Beyonce's, Jay-Z and Beyonce are in the news because they just bought a $28 million Rolls Royce. And I gotta ask, is that too much money for a car? Is there too much money that you can pay for a car? Why does a car have to be $28 million? Or are they fine? Like if they make enough money, they could spend it on whatever they want.
See, when you think about 28 million, it sounds alarming because you never hear that. And it sounds alarming to most. But to me, I'm thinking about perspective. If you have $1 billion, what is 28 million?
It's not a lot.
It's just like if you have 100,000, what is 10,000? You know,
it's not a lot.
Yeah. That's not even a fraction of what the worth is. And then it's an investment. This is like saying you bought a $28 million home. It's an investment. Okay, so a $28 million car, it's an investment. Someone's going to have an appetite that has so much more than you that want to acquire that car just because you had it.
The best in the game is Floyd at this. Floyd's car collection, again, he's not losing money like we hear in the traditional sense. Most of the time, he's making money on his exotic cars because he's buying one of 3, 1 of 7. You know, and it sounds like to the normal person, but you know, like I said, history, I believe, will remember, going to Floyd in this equation, that Floyd is one of the most savvy entrepreneurs we've ever had in sports. You know, coach over there is an incredible businessman himself in his own right as well. Obviously, Jordan and many others. But to me, like going back to the 28 billion, their net worth collectively is probably $2 billion plus. And that's not including what they call their market cap. Because see, they still can put out records, and digital and content and this, that, and the other. So to go back with Coach, I agree with him. This is investment because that car, it may not be worth 28 million right now because they took it off the parking lot, but it'd be worth 31 million because, as Coach said, that was Beyonce and Jay-Z's purchase.
It just seems like so much money that it doesn't make sense to me. I can't comprehend that much money for a car. Like, to me, a Ford F-150 is just fine, but I don't want to be an asshole about it and tell them how they can spend their money.
Yeah, but see, here's the difference, Ron. And you'll learn this. You'll learn this just like we all have learned it. Now, Dion knew this a little while, but you learn it. It's all relative. So as you continue to matriculate up the success ladder that's your head, and you're going to make more money, and your perspective is going to change, and so. Now you're gonna have to be afraid to buy. You can't buy the Louis backpack now because why would you pay $2,000 for a backpack when you were 19 you wouldn't have done it. But now that you've evolved and you've grown and you're traveling in different circles, so you can't box yourself in to things, and you can't box yourself into your boys and where they are that are your peers because they're really no longer your peers because you're friends with Dave.
But here's my thing about the car, though. A house, buying a bigger house, spending more money on a house, you can have more things. A big private jet or something like that, a yacht, you could have a massive yacht. A car can only be but so big. It's a car at the end of the day. You can't do that much with a car to make it that crazy.
Let me get one more thing. Okay. What if it was a diamond? All right. It's an appreciating diamond. What's the difference? If it's an asset, and that asset is going to appreciate. They've just chosen to buy the car that's worth $28 billion, that'll be worth $31 million, as opposed to buying the mansion or the piece of real estate at $28 million, that when they sold it, because the guy over there next to you has written a book on selling real estate and making millions of dollars. So you have to, that's why I keep saying, right before they sign this piece of paper you're talking about, by the way, congratulations again on getting engaged, you're going to have to understand your perspective is going to change as your flow goes.
Ron, what I don't want people to do is cast judgment when you don't have. It's easy to say what you wouldn't do because you don't have. But if you had, then you start telling me what you would and would not do. Because you can't say that Oh, I would never do that. Yeah, because you ain't got it. You don't have that opportunity to do that. But if you had it, you would. Because there's somebody that you know right now, man, shoot, I'm not going to stay in no $150 a night hotel room. Shoot, I could go stay in a $69 room. Why would I do that? It's just a bed. A bed is a bed. Someone has that perspective. But you're like, hey, no, man, I'm sleeping right there. I need that room at the Ritz, or I need that room at the Westin.
Yeah, I mean, if you have $2 billion, like it's kind of fuck you money. Like you can do whatever you want with it, and it's your money.
But it's investment, though. You have to see, and your perspective will change because you're going to have to, as you get bigger and bigger, you're going to have to make investments.
But it don't matter. Like Jamie, I know what you're saying, but honestly, it don't matter because this is the thing, and I tell everybody this. When you're doing it like they're doing it, and I'm not near of a 1/1000th on that level, and wish God I would be, but you're just padding your landing. What else is there to get? You just want to do things that makes you happy, makes you smile.
Bingo.
You just want to be happy. It's not about what they think or what they think or what they think. It's about you being happy, man. Because they probably can't spend it all. I'm pretty sure somebody said, "Oh, I could. You give me that opportunity." But they're just padding the landing of life. That's all.
Yeah, at the end of the day, money is just like this fake piece of paper that we collect over our lives. Like it's like a video game. Like we're going through collecting coins or whatever. So if that is something that makes them happy, that's where I stand on it too. Like I think that you should.
Speaking of where you stand on it, so I want to find out where you stand on this, Ron. So I guess congratulations in order to Drake recognizing him as the artist of the decade.
Awesome.
So what say you? One, you agree? I know congratulations. Is he in your mind artist of the decade, rapper of the decade, entertainer of the decade?
Everything. He is, to me, he's everything. He is the dude. He is the man. The way that he's been able to last for this entire time, putting out great music. He called his shot at the beginning of the decade. He said, let's see who's around a decade from now. And he's the one that's around a decade from now. There's other incredible people, Young Thug, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. People have had an incredible decade, but Drake is incredible. Like the way that he's touched so many different realms of music, so many people's lives. I have no problem with it, especially because all these awards are just made up. It's not like a real thing.
Was Kanye last decade or in the middle of the decade, or where does Kanye fit into? See, I'm a big Kanye fan, and I think people get caught in the crazy. I don't call it crazy. I call it creative.
That's a big net.
For sure. And I think I break it down. No, it's a massive net. But I think that art is an inherently subjective thing. Like you can't say you're the best artist because art is all beauty, which is in the eye of the beholder. So someone might like this painting better. Someone might like that painting better. It doesn't mean one artist is better than another artist. But the fact that both of them can be mentioned is a testament to the longevity and how long they've been making great art. They make different art. Kanye makes incredible shoes, clothing, great music. Drake makes different types of music and is equally, if not more so, successful. So it's just a testament to both of their longevity.
Drake is a good guy. Not that Kanye isn't. I like Drake because Drake is a good guy. The majority of his music is positive. It's clean. It's not ignorant or adolescent, like you could stomach everything. And he stands for right. He's right. I never see him do anything excessive. Like you say, you know what, man, that's too excessive. That he is rock steady.
So
and I like.
Here's my Drake story. I was at a rap battle in 2015, and they billed it as the biggest rap battle in history, and it was in Toronto. I battled against this guy, Big T, who is the larger gentleman that you saw me battle against. But the day before the battle, Drake came into the venue, and time completely stopped. Every eye turned on him, and I was doing interviews as well as the rap battles for a rap battle channel. And I just walked up to Drake like he was anybody else, and he showed the utmost respect. And like he talked to me just like I was a normal human being. And I've gone up to other rappers and tried to interview them the same way, and their manager will come up and be like, no interviews, no pictures. But he gave me the time of day like I was another human being, and I'll forever see him differently as an artist and as a person because of that. And I mean, he posted a picture of me and him on his Instagram. He didn't have to do any of that. I was a battle rapper making no money, and I had no notoriety at the time. But because he decided to put me on, and the way that he's put on so many other people makes him even more transcendent as a person in the entertainment industry. And that's why I mean, I'm 100% for whatever accolades you want to give him, artist of the decade, whatever.
I agree, 100%. I've heard like stories as well. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many battle rappers. He doesn't need to put on for these guys who are just like, I mean, a lot of these dudes are just trying to get it out the mud themselves. Like they're like street dudes. And the fact that he puts them on or gives them a chance, puts their career at a different level, gives them confidence at a different type of level. Sometimes a little cosign is all that you need.
Coach, your team, do you own part of the Falcons?
Nope.
No, I just make sure I know Warwick, and I wasn't sure if did you get the memo? He get the invite or not? Anyway, what's going on with Julio Jones? What is that? What?
Apparently Julio wants out. Apparently they're going to appease him. Apparently it's over.
What happened? No. Okay, then what? Remember, because Julio was I'll never leave the Falcon organization.
What did I say? When somebody says that, what happens? They're gone. You can never say that. I never leave. Just like with a baseball franchise, like he's not tradable. This is guy we're not going to get rid of. Gone within a week. Julio is at the point where you're paying him a ton of money, but do you really have value when you know you're not going to win? I'm not saying the Falcons know they're not going to win, but they don't feel like as though they have the team to win it all. Therefore, you don't have no value. The value you have is in trade value, okay? You don't have as much value to the team. No matter what you do, you're not going to win. Jamie, I was that guy in Atlanta. I got to a point where I was doing my job extremely well, but no value because you're not going to win no matter how good you do your job. And Julio has proven that year after year after year. So the best thing for the Falcons to do and Julio to do is to shake hands and break bread, and you go – you get something for me, a first-round pick or whatever, and let me be gone so I could preferably win a Super Bowl or get with a playoff caliber team who I know is going to the playoff that I could help get over that hump.
Rone, are you giving for your Eagles, are you giving the first rounder up and $18 million?
Yeah, the $18 million is a lot for a 32-year-old. I mean, just as like an X's and O's type of thing. He's obviously an incredible player. He's like torched people for the last decade. But at the same time, you're agreeing to pay him this money and you have to give up the first round pick. I think the price tag might wind up being maybe a little less than a first round pick, like maybe a high second rounder or something like that. But it's a lot to give up for a guy who in 2 or 3 years, you're probably going to start to see some kind of decline. And from a fan's perspective, that's no knock on Julio Jones, but like you don't want to hamstring your organization by giving up assets and paying money for a guy who's not going to be at that Hall of Fame level production that we've seen the entire time from him. But my question:
how many more years he has?
I'd say 2 years at this level, and then the same way Alshon Jeffrey we saw him make extraordinary plays at certain times, but he didn't stay at this like 100 catches, 1,200 yards a year clip that he's been playing at.
Coach, does the Aaron Rodgers saga, how does that end?
You got to get rid of him. The saving grace that Aaron has that he hadn't said anything. That he could always come back and deny everything. I never said I wanted to leave. I don't know where you guys get that from. That wasn't me. He always come back with that attitude and move on. But when respected guys like Adam Schefter and some other guys amongst the NFL are saying this is what said, this is what he wants, you could bet your bottom dollar on it.
But they're talking about either fire the GM or bring him back. How's that?
Be one or the other. I mean, you've seen guys get out of there and the GM stay for forever. So who's more important to you, Aaron Rodgers or the GM? You got to make up your mind.
Honestly, and if you have to look at the Tampa Bay situation with the Patriots, what happened with Tom Brady there? Like, I think that they're going to be looking at Tom Brady and saying, like, we wish we kept Tom Brady in New England, so we're not going to let Aaron Rodgers walk away. I think that they're going to do everything in their power.
Fire the GM? You think they might fire the GM?
I don't. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I don't like none of this because it just seems to me like quarterbacks are doing all the crying. They making all the money and they doing all the whining. Come on, man. Shoot.
It is crazy. It is.
Russell was tripping for a minute. Deshaun, we don't know what's going on. Aaron Houston.
Carson Wentz was pouting about it until he wound up.
I don't know why Carson Wentz pouting about anything. Carson Wentz should be happy and thankful, you know. And then you have Aaron doing what he's doing. Like, come on, man.
Carson was thankful his dad ran a hedge fund. That's
like, come on. Like, you making all the money. What else do you want?
But how does it end, though? I mean, do you really see them getting rid of, or you see him really sitting out? Do you see the NFL saying, y'all fix this?
No, I don't see the NFL interfering with whatsoever. I'm seeing that Aaron goes somewhere else.
I'm sorry, back up. Let me back up. Let me re-ask the question. Rone, should the NFL say we can't have Aaron Rodgers not playing football? Y'all need to do something.
I think that what we're getting into with these quarterbacks is almost the same thing that's happening in the in the NBA rather, where these players are learning that they have all the leverage. It's a superstar-driven league. And in the NBA, there's only 5 guys on the court, but there's only 32 quarterbacks in the entire world. There's only 32 of that starting job, the most important position in football. So these guys are realizing the leverage that they have. And are they acting like children a little bit? Yes, because they're going to pout until they get their way. But at the same time, they're the best players in the world at that position. If Patrick Mahomes says, I want to be on another team, he'll be able to sulk and do whatever he wants, no matter what those $400 million says, because you need your quarterback to be happy. You need to have him.
Says, you're going to be here. That's what that $400 said.
I mean, I completely agree that he should be there and they should be like happy with their money, but they have the leverage. It's a superstar-driven league, and it's a tough situation, especially if you own a football team. But these guys are almost finding this newfound leverage and finding out ways to use it. I don't think the league can do anything about it. I don't think they can say anything. All you have to do as a team is make sure your backup is damn good so they can come in there and play if your quarterback is out of there, because half the time these quarterbacks are hurt or maybe they'll wind up. I mean, look at what happened in Dallas last year. They fell apart because they didn't have a good backup quarterback when Dak Prescott went down. So whether it's a money
quarterback,
the problem with that? What was that?
They had a good backup quarterback. They didn't have a line.
No, I'm sorry. I missed. I pronounced not mispronounced. I missed the wrong name. It was not Carson Palmer. What's the red Barry?
Wentz.
No, not Carson Wentz. The backup for Dallas last year. I'm sorry.
Dalton. Andy Dalton.
I don't know what Carson Palmer. I got the right old team Cincinnati.
He's the starting quarterback in Chicago.
Andy Dalton told me to tell you hi, Ron, by the way.
Yeah.
They didn't have a backup.
I mean, I don't know what he did last year. I didn't see him winning many games last year. Maybe the line wasn't crazy.
Come on, you know better. That line was all banged up. Tyron was out. They were putting guys out there.
But hang on, the Dallas Cowboys had the best skill position players in the NFC East, and they were damn near at the bottom of the division. If you have three receivers,
you say again?
Skill positions.
I'm sorry, I was talking about the line.
No, you're right that their tackles were a little bit hurt.
Go back to the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl was that bad because there's 2 starting tackles. So I don't care how good Mahomes.
Tom Brady didn't have a great line either. He made it happen.
No. Tom Brady, it all came together. His line
Tom Brady's line was horrible during the season, Jamie.
Early, and then they started playing better. Come on now, get them credit.
Jamie.
They played better.
You even told me the line was horrible.
Early, and they started playing better. That's what I said. That's what convinced me that, okay, they're ready.
Okay.
Later on, you said it earlier, and later on they got better.
They got better.
They got better. That's all. What I'm saying is that, but you can't do anything. You can have Zeke. Zeke is a great running back. First of all, Zeke is a tremendous runner. But if ain't nobody blocking, he can't get to the line to do the things that he does. It ain't gonna work. You know.
Why are they paying him $90 million then? If he can't do it himself, why are they paying him $90 million?
Because that's how the game works. You know, okay, you got the best, one of the best players, if not the best player. There you go, cool. On earth, ever play football, right there. Okay, is that better?
You're right.
Okay, yeah. Now, if he ain't getting no pass rush,
that's a lie. That's a lie.
You can't stay 7 seconds.
That's a lie there. I don't know. I don't remember no pass rush in Atlanta. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the whole defense in Atlanta. They made me who I am today. Hey, we didn't have no heck of a pass rush in Atlanta. We had no Pro Bowl.
You bought us.
I seen the quarterback make eye contact with me. How am I going to see all that? I'm on the corner.
That's right. You don't need any help.
Oh no!
You gave us you gave our pass rush enough time.
Thank you. Quarterback. You know what Jerry Glanville said about our pass rush? He said, "If you're all Jamie, you remember this? Jerry Glanville, Ron. This was the funniest thing ever. We was watching team film, and there, Jerry Glanville stopped the film. He said, "Guys, you know darn well if you're about to sack the quarterback, it's got to be a screen."
That's the only way.
That's true.
He said, you have to sack the quarterback, it's a screen.
those coverage sacks. See, that's what I mean about Zeke. If somebody's big money, they're gonna do it themselves. Prime, you are big money, so you're gonna shut somebody down yourself.
Football don't work that way. It don't work that way. There are certain players that are going to do things because they have natural ability. Deion's on the other side of the ball where he could have more of an impact there. On offense, I don't care who you are. If that running back, so it's receiver, running back, quarterback. If that line is not giving you what you need, then again, just go back to the Super Bowl.
Oh, Jamie's a lineman, Ron. I don't know why you even endeavored into this conversation. That was my bad.
But
then Jamie, then you agree with me on this. Then the linemen should be the ones getting the money and not the running backs.
No. I'll tell
you. You do. Love play more than backs.
No. One player on the line does. That's the left tackle. Then there's the rest.
Well, I think overall, linemen make more money than running backs overall.
No, they do. That's correct. Because there's commodities with the running backs.
Right.
There's a lot of talented young running back, fresh legs. But still, I want to go. But the point I want to make, Ron, is that again, see, linemen understand roles better probably than most. You know, and I'm not saying maybe that's why Deion hangs out with pretty much a bunch of linemen. But I'm not. But my point is that you have to. With life in general, you have to understand, you know, that I have no fear of Deion's career. I'm good with my career. You know what I'm saying? And I'm good with my credentials. So when you're comfortable with who you are, it doesn't matter. A lot of people aren't comfortable. You have to be comfortable. So as a lineman, no, I don't think that the lineman have to, because see, for me, for example, as a draft guy, I would never draft a center or either guard in the first round. Because I believe we can find, with the abilities that they have to have, unless you're really special. If I'm going to draft somebody in the first round, I'm going to draft me a tackle. Either one of them, but I'm not going to draft an interior lineman unless he's just the best thing since
like Quentin Nelson or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but I'm not doing that on the norm because I got to get my skill players. I got to get these corners, these wide receivers, all these guys. I can figure out a good quality center. I was a free agent when there were 12 rounds. And played 10 years. So I know what can happen with the right guy and what I'm looking at.
So what do you think is more likely, though, that an average running back makes an offensive line look great, or a great offensive line makes an average running back look great?
A great offensive line makes everybody look great.
That's why you guys need the money.
They asked Aaron Rodgers this a few years back. And because he kept falling into the same, his kryptonite was, you know, Bakhtiari is a good player and the line was always good. But when you get to that final 4 games, always that defense is bringing heat. Deion has never played on a team that went to a championship that they weren't 8 deep up front. 8 deep. The reason Tom Brady's kryptonite, Eli Manning is not a better quarterback than Tom Brady, but you know what? Them 8 dudes that the Giants always sent at Tom Brady, that's what beat Tom Brady. And the reason Tom Brady's not undefeated in Super Bowls is them dudes on the other side. And all the time, Aaron Rodgers, the kryptonite was that they're athletes like Tampa. You know, they got 7, 8 dudes that they sending at you. So.
It's a fact. Love talking offensive line with you, though, Jamie. Anytime that we could talk interior OL, that's the wheelhouse. That's where you shine, my guy.
I like to talk about the girls myself, you know, and the perils of Rone, and you know. So here you're coming into these last days. You know what I'm talking about, right? What's
that?
You know what the last days are. Like in the Bible, the last days are the last days.
Right. The last days.
So you're coming into the last days because you get married. So.
That's a fact, man. This bachelor party, Puerto Rico's coming up. I need the recommendations. I might go down to the rainforest. I don't know if I should hit up the steakhouse.
Good. Rainforest is good.
Yeah. What kind of food? What kind of food out there should I be trying to eat?
Oh my God. Everything is good, but I'm trying to think of the city. It's like right off the side of the highway, man. It's like these mom and pop's place, and the food is unbelievable.
So I should go mom and pop then. I shouldn't be going for these high-end restaurants. I know they
No,
Fogo de Chao and everything.
No, you want to do that there. You don't want to do that there.
You know one thing I'm going to do while I'm down there, maybe controversial. I'm about to go to a cockfight. I've never been to a cockfight.
Cockfight is right on. Yeah, it's right on the corner. Right, I know where you're. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
I'll tell you something. It's a restaurant right next to it. Don't go there. But let me tell you something.
Okay.
It's cruel. It's cruel. The cockfight is cruel now. When you see it, they die.
But I eat chicken, so it's like
you eat chicken, but you don't see the chicken in action before you eat the chicken.
So here's a question. Here's the honest question.
I don't want to see the cow in action before I eat a steak.
But it's also cultural, though. You go to Spain and they bullfight over there. It's like something that they culturally do. I mean, a cockfight.
Do they eat the bull? Do they eat the bull?
I don't know. I'm not sure if they eat this.
They're like that. I'm telling you, it's cruel. It's cruel. You want to go downtown and
enjoy every minute of it because it was the culture.
Yeah, right? I want to see how they do it. I mean, if it's legal there, if it's like it's legal. It's a family event. It says like people are taking their kids to this. So it's like if that's what they're doing there.
You're not gonna see many kids there. I'm telling you, you're not gonna see many kids there. But it's good. The rainforest is great.
But why do we have to feel shame, Coach?
Oh, what?
Just, you just dance. You ain't dance like this and put up to you dance on this stuff because it's cockfight. And you dance and you got to get all soft and be politically correct. What is wrong with us not being able to watch an event like that?
I'm not built like that. I don't like something dying in front of me. I don't like that. Like it's not being politically correct. I just don't like it. Like I don't like
girls fighting. I don't like any women being.
I don't like ultimate fights. I don't like that. I can't watch that. MMA. I can't watch that. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely a personal thing, and there's some people who I'm going to be with that they're like not that into it, and honestly, like I might walk away from it being like, what the hell did I just like participate in? But I also like.
So do you have an itinerary? Like, do you have the itinerary set? How take us through? So, what are we thinking on our situation?
I think it's Thursday. We get down there. Maybe we go to the beach with the fellas a little bit. There's a nice beach over there.
Do me a favor with the beach thing. Whatever you do, don't play with your hair. Like
I'm not going to.
Guys, beyond the prime coach, they always do this thing with the hair. They do that all day. They put the hat back on and they do the hair thing.
Where you staying, Rone?
We're staying in San Juan. We're staying in Old San Juan.
Old San Juan is good. Old San Juan is good. You got to make sure you go downtown. And walk around downtown. They got some historic things that's really nice. They got like tourist shopping downtown that's really nice, where the people come off the ships and dock and they come and shop. Is really nice. You're gonna like that. Now, the rainforest is about 45 minutes outside of town, which is nice. But you're gonna want to go to Fajardo. They have boats to these little private islands that are really nice. When you see these little beautiful private islands, they're really nice, man. That a lot of tourists go to, and you'll like that as well.
So
I'm writing it down right now. I'm writing it all down.
Are the guys? Is the gal going with you? The wife to be going with you, or just the guy?
No,
Just the guys.
It's a guy's trip. Okay, I'm just
Yeah.
thinking.
it's a bachelor weekend.
Okay, and how many days is this trip?
It's Thursday, and then we're coming back on Sunday. So a
Thursday.
weekend, long weekend.
So what happens if it ends up really being a long weekend? Do you have second thoughts about it because you went long into somebody in the weekend, or so how does that? What are you thinking?
I think that I'm gonna be I'm just gonna have a good wholesome time with the fellas. I'm gonna be nice and wholesome, and I'm gonna take my Bible to bed at night, and I'm gonna
You're a good man.
In the morning.
get my prayers in. I'm gonna say my rosary, and I'm going to be on tip top best behavior. That
You're a
I
good man, Rome.
that I know for certain.
What did your girl say when you told her about Puerto Rico?
I mean, I don't think she's going on her bachelorette party. And
Where
I'm
they
going on
where
my
they
bachelor
going?
party.
Where they going?
They're going to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, but she could have gone
Oh, that's
wherever
not
she.
with me. So you want me to keep an eye on them while I'm down there?
Hey, man, there might be some single ladies in the group. You know what I mean? You might be able to.
You're young for me, I think. I'm sure.
Jamie, you're Professor Love. What do you mean? You're a man of the world. But I think that I mean, I've been to, one of my boys had his bachelor party in Colombia. Another one had his bachelor party in Cuba. We went down there, and but then some of them are just going to, the middle of Pennsylvania, the mountains. It's wherever the people feel the most comfortable. It's my chance to go on one last trip with all the fellas and just be able to cut loose and have like a good old fashioned good time.
So you're saying this is your last bachelor party? Is that what you think? I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't say that.
I think so. I think it is, but maybe one of these guys will have a bachelor party that I can go on or something like that. Maybe that's my move there.
Coach,
But I think.
Coach?
Excuse me?
Did you hear what he said there, Coach? This will be his last bachelor party.
Well, the last bachelor party is not his last night with his
No,
guys.
but he said it's going to be his last bachelor party.
Yeah, I believe that. First of all, if someone gets, Ron is going to make it. He's not going to be a failure in marriage like we are. Ron is going to make it. But if he wouldn't make it, I don't think people have a bachelor party on the second go round like that. Some stuff is out on the second go round.
You don't do that. So you can't you can't wear white.
Like you can't. Some stuff you can't do, and you're done. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't ask everyone to come out a second time or whatever. That's why people do destination wedding for their second wedding. They wind up having a wedding 3 years after the last wedding because you can't have the same people coming to the wedding after they just came. You know what I mean? I think it's.
So it's taboo. So what you're saying is it's taboo to do a second bachelor party. Not that you're going to do one. I like it's going to work. I know. You tell me. What? I just asked. Coach has got some experience in this area too, so I thought maybe.
I've never been to a bachelor party. I never had one. Never been to one.
No, I mean the need for a second one. Maybe third bachelor.
Well, he never had a first one.
Yeah, I never had a first one.
But he had the need for a couple of them.
Yeah, I didn't need a bachelor party. I
didn't say you did it, but there was some moment.
I don't party with a lot of people. Don't party with a lot of people.
Jamie, you went on a bachelor party?
No.
Is it a white dude thing?
No, that's not true. No, guys do it all the time. No, but
you guys weren't.
Part of it is
black people have a bachelor party. They just don't invite nobody else.
Well, the other part of this could be also, we used to have a bachelor party every Friday after practice.
Right. True.
Exactly. You already had your fun.
So
love to have some fun. A little cockfight.
Hey, bro. That's why I asked you the question. What happens if you have a cockfight in the island, and would that change your opinion about getting married? That's what I was asking.
I think it's best to just avoid it.
You're a good man, Ron.
See, Jamie's here trying to throw the gauntlet. He's trying to trip me up. I'm not about to get tripped up. I'm too quick with my feet. I'm not getting tripped up here. That's right.
So before we get out of here, Coach, it's playoffs. Stumbling, bumbling Lakers.
Well, I'm sick of the Lakers because I'm sick of the playoffs. Period. Everybody want to shoot threes. I'm tired of that. I'm not even watching anymore. Everybody want to shoot a three. No, I cannot. I'm sick of watching basketball with a guy over 6'8" trying to shoot a three. I'm sick of it. Like, get on the block, man, and do some work.
That's why you got to ride with Embiid, man. This dude Embiid takes it to the block. This guy Embiid goes down low.
Like, if you're down by 9, Jamie, they think it's 3 threes.
Right.
I think bucket. Don't
and one something.
Yeah. Take the 3 if you have to take the 3, but just go to the cup, man.
Right.
They don't see it that way. Then now you're 15 down.
Yeah, the Lakers should be dominating with the roster that they have. The fact that they have Antonio Davis, but I mean, like you're saying, Antonio.
AD got to come on, man. AD playing softball, and I don't, and I love AD, man, but I don't like the way he's playing ball, man.
Yeah, he thinks he's a shooting guard.
I don't like that.
That's the thing about it, you know how you have certain players who, he's going to go in the Hall of Fame. Now I got the ring for sure he's going in the Hall of Fame. But there was just like, there's always been, that one little something that's missing, not skill sets because he got the entire game, you got everything you can do. But it's like, I don't know if it's dog or you want it, like, so Rome, we were talking, I talked to Coach about scoring and playing against. If Dion was playing his mother in a football game and she was the opposing coach, he's going to want to put 50. And he's going to make his mom coaching the other team stop him at the end of the game because that's how he's built. I'm saying that to say that, that's the thing that AD is kind of missing is that, it just seems like that little thing is missing with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that playing with LeBron has to be tough. The fact that they won last year, you're always going to have a bigger target on your back coming out of a championship like that. But, I mean, I'm a Sixers guy through and through. So I'm not watching what anybody else is doing. I'm hoping that our guys are healthy, hoping that Embiid is doing what he needs to do. And I want to see a championship in Philadelphia. I'm not worried about the Lakers. I'm not worried about anybody else. I'm worried about our guys.
Coach, who's the MVP?
I can't think of his name, but the big guy from Utah, right?
Or Denver. Jokic?
Denver, I'm sorry. Not Utah, Denver.
What about Dallas? Did it play?
No, that ain't going good right now.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Luka's incredible, but not
what's
yet.
his name? Darren, what is his name?
Luka, isn't it?
Jokic, yeah, the Joker. He ain't no joke, man.
No, he's not.
Even over him, even on his boy Embiid.
Embiid balling, but Embiid was up and down this year a little bit.
He was hurt.
He started out dominating, then he got banged up. Yeah, then he got out of it.
He got banged up. They can have the MVP. We want the championship. That's all we want. We want the championship. Give them the MVP.
Bro, are you feeling it with the Sixers?
No,
I am. I think it's going to happen this year. But I mean, we want the championship. I don't care about any awards. Bring us the big trophy. The big trophy.
Coaching. That's the difference. It's going to be coaching.
Doc.
Right?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I said, Coach, isn't that it's coaching in Philadelphia? That's what's going to make the difference.
Oh, you talking about Doc? I love Doc, man.
Yes, me too. I think that's why they're going. I think they're coming out the East.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Sixers coming out the East, man. And here's the thing. Tell me what you've seen in the West that can't be beat. I haven't seen anything. They got to get by them dudes up in Jersey. Oh, by the way, Kyrie hit and I know we talked a little bit too much.
Yeah,
but he hit a very unique club, and I'm trying to think how many guys in NBA history have ever done this. But he hit the 50-40-90 club. That I think 53s or something like that. I know one of them is 40% he shot, 40% three. 50% he shot regular. 40% he shot threes, and then he shot 90% from the free throw line.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's incredible. The only thing about that list, though, is Malcolm Brogdon's on it. You know what I mean? Sometimes one of these other guys will get on those lists, poison the exclusivity of it. But Kyrie's incredible. It's going to be tough. And that's why I love watching the playoffs. That's why I love chatting with you boys.
Amen. Appreciate you guys.
That's going to do it. We'll catch you next time.
God bless.
Yo, nephew, hand me that Barstool. You know what it is, and for what it's worth, you can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on